welcome back to This Week in the Tech Boy Podcast. Hopefully you guys can hear me this time. Unfortunately, the stupid microphone button on my computer was tapped. It really should have a bit more of an alert for that, especially when you're going live or streaming. Glad we caught that before that. So let's just get back into our tech headlines for today. We have so much to bring to you today. We're doing something new. We're going to be doing a tier ranking thing. We're going to be doing we're going to be talking about some new tech things. Also, this is our first time ever in at least 8 months that we're streaming live over on Twitch. So we are not multi-streaming, but we are tri-streaming today. I'm going to be reading the comments and watching the comments over here on my phone. I haven't seen anything via YouTube, but I have seen things on the other 2 channels that we're doing, including Twitch. So that is good. Alright, so we're not going to be doing our tier ranker just yet. It's going to take a bit of time in the podcast, and I really want it to be, good and funny. But let's talk about Affinity. So, if you guys haven't noticed, we've done a new logo redesign. I've been doing some new designs as well. In fact, I'm going to see if I can bring up the logo on the screen. But anyway, Affinity is this suite of software that instead of having to pay for subscription based like Adobe, you can pay for your software you just pay for it once, right? I'm using the free trial. Anyway, with Affinity, it has graphic design software like whatever Adobe's thing is called, I forgot, and of course its own thing called Affinity Photo, which is a replacement for Adobe Photoshop. Unfortunately, there's no video editor. I think I would actually like an Affinity video editor, so developers get in on that as well. There's also Affinity Publisher or something like that, which is like a replacement for Microsoft Publisher, which is unfortunately dying in 2026. I don't know why they would do that. Also, Affinity has great features. I actually really like the features. However, there are a few problems. So, first of all, its selection tools, compared to even selection tools on a phone, the AI selection tools and the just regular selection tools, like when you tap the screen, you hold it down, and you have your image, or you have your second thing like I forgot what it's called, but you have your second thing. Um, where you tap the screen and like draw around it, or even your generative fill technology that Samsung and even Google and even Apple, which is terrible, but they still have it. But that Apple has. I mean, it's not that good compared to even what you can get on the phone, for free. So hopefully, they get that a lot better. So I'm going to show you what the new logo looks like. This is one of the rough drafts, but I have lots of fun, playing with this with offline software. As you guys know, I'm an advocate for offline software. In fact, I was playing around with Encarta today. Encarta still looks pretty good. In fact, I learned some fun facts today. Now, this is probably wrong. It's from 20 years ago. But it's still useful. You can still, learn something. I'm going to change this layout. There we go. 1 and 2. Fun fact, in 2005, the country of Israel had about 1,200 phones for every 1,000 persons, so 1.2 phones for every 1 person. So apparently, they were at least one of the top countries that had cell phones at that time, because even in the United States, the country that invented the cell phone, we were about 600, almost 700 cell phones per person, which I found really interesting. 700 cell phones per 1,000 persons, not 700 cell phones per person. That would be ridiculous. But I found that to be interesting. An interesting statistic that we could learn from Encarta, and I think that Encarta, it's still a pretty good software. Like it still holds up. In my opinion, like it does a really, really good job. All right, now this is the logo that was designed. This is the color logo. We also did a black logo. The black logo is what you'll probably be seeing on online, like for the website. This is the new logo. So, oops, let me bring myself back in. So yeah, this is the new logo. Now, as you can see, we do have some we have to do a full episode about this, but we do have some Easter eggs hidden in here. You see, we have the American flag over in the circle and the Texas flag in the second T in the Tech Boy. But there are tons of Easter eggs. I forgot how many are in here. But I'm just gonna give some clues. There's one in that circle. There's one in the radio waves. There's one in the alphabets, and there's also one in the bezels of the bezels of the device. And there's also some inside the color. Inside the orange or black color, depending on the one that you look at. So, that is our new logo redesign. Thank you to Affinity for that. Hopefully they can get their magic fill or magic selection technology to be a little bit better, because, I was in the, I was in the, I was editing the thing. Um, I want to see my stream on Twitch. I'm just going to, checking. I'm just gonna. All right, there we go. There is audio. All right, anyway, I was trying to edit this person, right? From, fatter to skinnier, right? The problem with that is that, when you edit them down, the background, which was like a couch or whatever, is, going to be missing. There's going to be some missing input. So you could do it the old-fashioned way and try to clone or like copy and paste, but the thing is, the select tools in Affinity are just really, really, they're garbage. You have to hold down shift, you have to do this. It's easier to delete the selection than it is to copy and paste the selection. It's just really, really bad, especially the magnetic lasso tool, in my opinion. Anyway, I was able to do that, but, it didn't really look that well. If I wanted to make someone, smaller in, Samsung gallery application, all you have to do is hold them down, you copy paste them. Maybe you can even insert things into their own gallery. You do that, if you miss some information, Samsung's Galaxy AI will intelligently be able to fill it out. And this is a phone, it's doing it all silver side. Well, Affinity, this computer, not to brag here, but this is an HP Envy X360 laptop. In fact, that's what the sticker says. We got an Intel Core i7 processor in here. We also have 32 gigabytes of RAM. I'm pretty sure, I actually able to run local AI models on my phone, including image generation and text generation, and they're not that good, but there's only 12 gigabytes of RAM in here. That's about, so we got about 3 times more RAM in here. Of course, we have a much better processor. I'm not really sure how it would, hold up. Right? It should be able to generate a little bit more information. It's not that big of a couch, right? It's not that big of a background. It's mostly the same as well. Like, it's maybe have a little bit more intelligent generative fill. Photoshop has that. Come on, Affinity. We needed to do this as well. Of course, I'm not a paying customer because I'm using the free trial. But, they should still listen to me because I'm a tech blogger and what I have to say matters. All right. So, that was one of the topics that we have to talk about today. Now, the next topic that we're going to be talking about is perplexity. As you guys know, I've stated on multiple occasions that if Google were to become, bad, right, I would change, right, but I am still a major fan of Google. Google is, in my opinion, the best search engine on planet Earth, right? There's DuckDuckGo, there's Brave, you have all these other conservative search engines. So like, hey guys, we're trying to beat the censorship. We have, there's uncensored AI, which is just bad. It's wrong all the time. You have these people, oh guys, look, this uncensored AI totally agrees with my completely unfounded and ridiculous conspiracy theory that doesn't even make sense. See guys, uncensored AI. There's like, there's all these, alt tech, social, platforms out there that they're just trash. Okay, they are not good. They they don't work well. That's the problem with them. Okay, so I'm trying to get my camera here so I can show you on the screen. Anyway, perplexity is the exception to the rule. So I'm a fan of Google, but I'm not afraid to criticize them when need be, right? And criticize Google, I will. Google Gemini AI is not that good. Okay? Guys, look. You got me on tape saying this. Google's Gemini AI is not that good. In fact, there's a special report that's saying that Google may switch away from Google Assistant and make Gemini the the default assistant, Google Assistant, is going to be there. Gemini is going to be there. And Gemini can barely tell a joke. Like, Gemini is so far behind in the assistant fun space, right? It's not that good. It has, it's been pushing those commercials relentlessly. During the Super Bowl, during Thanksgiving, during Christmas football games, during, all kinds of stuff like that. But, I do say that Gemini could be a lot better, which is why I replaced my phone's default assistant. Not Bixby. Okay, we still have it there, but that's why I replaced my phone's default assistant to be Perplexity instead of Google Gemini, which it's a thing that you can do, and it's actually pretty useful because, like I said, when Copilot came out, I thought, wow, this is useful, this is great. Unfortunately, it doesn't have any integration with my device, so it can't do it can't do much, right? So if I ask it to like open up an application or something, then it's not going to be able to open up the application because there's no integration with the device. Well, Gemini was able to get that Perplexity was able to get that fixed, which is great. So actually, I'm going to show you guys how I switched over from Perplexity to from Gemini. So I hope you guys can see this on the screen. I know this kind of looks a mess. Let me see if I can fix that while we're live. Let's make this bigger because I don't like that gigantic number one that's indoor. Slow. Can I just delete that? Yep, it's gone. There we go, guys. Woo! Anyway, yes, this is the feed, and I was talking about Perplexity, and I've said on occasion of times, Gemini, I say Google's better, Perplexity's mid, right? But the thing is, Perplexity has gotten a lot decent. Let me see if I can find a thing. Yeah, see, look, this is another thing that I made with Affinity. You see the garbage can in here, so, I had to do some cutting, some pasting for this application review that I guess we can get into. This is the new black logo, by the way. You can see it. Anyway, I made Perplexity my default assistant, which is going to replace Gemini, right? So I found that to be really, really interesting. Here's what Perplexity can do. We're actually going to do a live demonstration of Perplexity right now. I just want to make sure that my banner is up here. Oh, no. Anyway, we're going to do a live demonstration of Perplexity right now, right here. We're going to do it while we are, speaking to you right now. So let me just open up the device. All right, so here's Perplexity. Open Vivaldi. And as you can see, as opposed to Google Gemini, which I don't think it can open applications, as opposed to, what's that other one? Microsoft Copilot, which I know can open up applications, it was able to open up Vivaldi. Now, it is able to open up any application. It can make phone calls. Let's see. I'm going to have it call the Tech Boy's phone number. So, that's not our website. Our phone number, which is... see, I forgot it. 845-328-0140. Okay. Call 845-328-0410. And it's able to make phone calls I missaid the number, but it's able to make phone calls on the device as well. It's also able to, if you give it integration with your contacts, it's able to call a contact. So let me go find or make a temp contact in here that's not actually going to call someone. Okay. Let me see if I can edit this. I'm going to change my name in here to Bob. Alright, and you're not going to get to see it on the screen because I'm not going to link my number. Call Bob. and it was able to call Bob. Did a great job, Bob from Texas. All right. Um, you know, so that is the power of perplexity. Perplexity is also able to do so much more as well. You can answer some questions. It gives you summaries, etc. It's like an artificial intelligence search engine. But here's the interesting thing about perplexity. Perplexity is able to take, what your interests are, and it's able to make a supercharged AI Google Discover feed. And that Perplexity, if you want to pay me for that, that's great. Right, so, DW has been doing these advertisements in podcasts where, they're going to they have a host who goes in and, you want to research something, Perplexity will generate some stuff for them. That's great. Right, but the thing I like most about this is the feed is actually genuinely interesting and has long-form articles that are summarized and cited within Perplexity's artificial intelligence network. So we have sports here. You have a headline that says, Curry's record 4,000 threes. Steph Curry shot 4,000 3-pointers. That's 12,000 points, by the way. And it gives me a summary of what happened. It's curated by someone named Stephen Hoban. Stephen Hoban. I don't know if they're a news reporter or anything like that. Anyway, it gives me a summary about what's happened, and then it gives me a whole bunch of articles about it from ESPN, ABC7, NBC Sports Bay Area, so those would be the local, California newspapers here. And then it gives me a summary of what happens. I'm just going to read you the summary. The milestone was reached during a 130-140 victory over the Sacramento Kings at the Chase Center, with Curry sinking the historic shot with 8:19 left in the third quarter. 1-2. Right, so that was all AI generated, but the ones and twos, when you tap that, opens up to a news article in my browser, currently providing. This is from ABC7, Warriors Steph Curry reaches 4,000 career 3-pointers. Right? And this is really interesting because, you can get a nice long feed of news articles that are actually interesting to you. Curry's scoring threes, some tennis guy doing something, you have some entertainment news. I also have it set for, tech and science news, and it actually told me that Gemini will be replacing Google Assistant. It tells me about the AirPods introducing live translation. It actually produces interesting stories that aren't just local to me, but stories that I would actually sit there and read. So it's like a combination of Pocket, which kind of saves some stories for you, which I really need to get back into reading more, and also Google Discover or Samsung News, where actually being interesting, has a nice, clean, uncluttered interface, and it's not full of those, MSN.com/ news articles that no one actually cares, or advertisements that are placed inside of like the Samsung News Store, or like news stories from like across the pond. Like, I don't care what's going over in the Independent or whatever. Or I have these stupid, obviously scam ads that are within Samsung News and other news gathering applications. As such, it's just, it's just better. And it's also, it has a summary, but you can also go in deeper and go in and cite sources if you want to as well. Now, it does have a few problems. It's able to open any application except for the camera, but that is because Perplexity has its own camera application in it as well, because it's able to describe either what's on your screen or what's on here. So we're just going to take this. This is, I think it's like one of those little robot things. Okay, open camera. I wish you could change the voice to sound like more things. So it has its own built-in camera. What is this? So it's going to analyze the screen content, and I'm actually going to turn up the volume so you guys can hear it yourself. What? You disrespect me? You won't tell me what it is? Oh, here it is. Well, apparently we missed it, but I can read it to you myself. The object in the thing appears to be a spherical 360-degree camera. Wrong. All right, let's try this again. Okay, swipe in. What is this? But you're able to chat with it. I could debate it and tell it, no, it's not that. So let me open up the camera. I'll take my picture. So it has its own inbuilt camera, and you can also use your own camera as well. You can also upload, your own files. So you get pro searches. So what is this? And also it saves your search history, but it's locked down so no one else can see what it is. I take a picture of my charger here. It's a phone charger. Should be able to really get this. It is kind of slow because Google Lens would be faster than this. Like if I opened up Google Lens right now, it's fine. It's gonna work in the background. Open up Google Lens. I hold it up to the camera. Let's go. Anchor. It identifies the brand. It shows me things, and even has its own helpful AI summary. So this version of Gemini, the AI summary thing, that's good. I actually like that in search. But Perplexity has come back with these results. Anchor USB wall chargers designed to plug into an electrical outlet. and then you can ask some questions about it. So I do like the Google Lens, Google, AI overview as well, but the overall Gemini itself, it's slow, it's ridiculous, it doesn't understand, things in its own context. So like if I say, to do something, it's ask it a question, it's going to forget, what the question before it was sometimes, it gives, ridiculous recipes as well. So, Gemini is just not that good, especially Gemini Live. It's slow and laggy for something that's supposed to be live. So I'm going to be hardware testing Perplexity for 7 days, using it as my default assistant, alongside with Perplexity and, of course, Samsung's Bixby. You don't want to forget Bixby. Bixby is best. All right. Let's see. No, go away. No, you're not the best right now. All right. We also have another thing to talk about. All right. Let's see. Midwest audio dramas. So yes, everyone knows that all the audio dramas that are stories are always set in the Midwest. You have, Adventures in the Odyssey. You have, Down Gideon Lane. Most of the big name audio dramas are usually set in the Midwest, and I always got to wondering about that. Like, why are they in the Midwest, and why not Texas? Like, the only place I can think of audio dramas where it's actually people, like the Brinkman Adventures is actually people, they're also in the Midwest, around the Milwaukee area, I think. Why is it the Midwest? Like, the Brinkmans are real, so maybe it could be that one. But I don't think it's that. I think it's the Midwest because of what's about to be shown on your screen, as well as other conditions as well. And I actually, Encarta could have actually helped me. I could have done a nice little Encarta demonstration, but let's just pretend that I got this information from Encarta. So hopefully you can see this is input number 6. Hopefully you can see this on the screen, but this is a map of the United States Midwest. As you can see, that is the Midwest with its own percentage icon here. I had to quickly do it because I actually got deleted in Affinity. This is from Wikipedia, by the way, but not the percentages. I did the percentages myself. 20% of the United States, there's over 60 million people that live in the Midwest, right? 60 million people live in the United States Midwest compared to the about 340 million people that live in the United States as a whole. And I think one of the reasons that they picked the Midwest is, look at that area in red. We got all these states. We got Ohio, Indiana, Illinois, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, Iowa, Nebraska, North and South Dakota. Is Kansas in there? I can't really see because I didn't turn down the opacity. But this is the Midwest. This is the Midwest. The Midwest contains 20% of the population. It also has weather conditions that are, feasible for, storage. So you have the Adventures in Odyssey episode Heat Wave, and you also have the Adventures in Odyssey episode Snow Day, right? If Adventures in Odyssey was based in, say, Texas, you can only have one of those episodes, right? Yeah, you're not going to be getting snow day. It's not really going to make sense. You're not going to be getting 15 inches of snow in the great state of Texas. Right? We get 4 inches of snow. We shut down the city for 2 days. And it's historic and record-breaking, once-in-a-lifetime event. Right? If they put it in another city or a state like Florida or California, you're also screwed there with those weather conditions. And, if you're in, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, Maine, you're not going to be getting those heat wave episodes. Like, highest temperatures that are normally going to be there is going to be in the 80s. Like, in fact, the average July temperature per Encarta, thank you Encarta, in Wyoming, the great state of Wyoming, is 63 degrees Fahrenheit. Heat wave just really wouldn't make sense there. Also, there's only 500,000 people there, so it's gonna have to a small town's gonna be 3 people and a dog. Right? When you have the Midwest, what you can do is, first of all, you have weather conditions that make sense across the entire nation. You have 20% of, your potential listener base too. And you also have, kind of the same terrain or something or whatever. Right? If you're set in, New Mexico or something, or Arizona, you got desert. That's all you can play with, right? In the Midwest, you got your plains. You also have some large cities, but, you don't actually have to specify a state, which means you can just make up terrain as you want. In Adventures in Odyssey, I think there's some type of mountain or a really tall hill. In down Country Lane, they can make out whatever they want as well, because there could be mountains in, say, Minnesota. There's like lots of lakes there. But you also got your plains in Iowa and Nebraska. You got your big cities in Wisconsin. You also have Chicago. That's in Illinois, right? So you can have all this combined, and kind of have a little tapestry of giving a few hints as to where it is, but you can use all the geographical features of the Midwest, which I believe is bigger than even the biggest states, except for Alaska, which is just an icebox. Let's see. Is the Midwest bigger than Texas?
Yes, the Midwest is significant.
Yes, according to Perplexity, the Midwest spans an area of over 800,000 square miles, while Texas covers over about 270,000 square miles. So when you set your audio drama in the Midwest, you have about 3 times more area and geography of which to work with. 3 times more of the weather conditions of which to work with than you would if you even had it in the second largest state in the Union, the largest continuous in the continuous United States of America. Right, and that's just Texas. Florida, California, Maine. Some of these smaller states stuff in California. And also, there's a whole eventual Nazi trope of, California bad, everyone please California. Like we all knew in album 69 that when Jules went to California, then part 2, she's going to come back to us. She's not just going to write off the show. So, California, you're kind of screwed. California is not in any Christian audio drama except for like The Pond, and they go to California for like one day and they come back. And also, like, the pond and jungle gym, they don't really count, because, like, it's a bunch of animals in the forest, and it's a bunch of animals, like, sitting at a pond. Like, the pond could have been in Oregon, Idaho, New York, it could be anywhere. Also Turin. We also believe that Turin is also in the Midwest, and that's why in every of these audio dramas in the winter, you have your snow, you have your Christmas theme, and also in the summer, you got you have your heat. Right? Let's go over to Perplexity again. And I know Perplexity's not paying me. Like, they're paying DW, but, maybe they'll pay me as well. Let's see. What is the average summer temperature in Kansas? Is Kansas a Midwest state? Mid-70s to low 90s. Right? That can be considered a heat wave, at least the low 90s. Right? What is the average winter temperature in Iowa?
Yeah.
The average winter temperature is 14 degrees, but it's usually in the low 20s. Yeah, you can get 14 inches of snow in there. Does the Midwest ever get 14 inches of snow? Whoa!
In Iowa.
They get 30 to 40 inches of snow annually. So they can also experience winter storms, occasionally exceeding 14 inches in a single event. Boom. That is why the Midwest is the best for Christian audio dramas. It's also because, you don't want to have direct ties to any one state. One audio drama does buck that trend, Red Rock Mysteries, but of course that's also based on a book. It also gives Red Rock is a fake place. It also, Colorado's a pretty big state. How big is Colorado in terms of size relative to the United States of America?
Colorado plays a significant.
How big is Colorado compared to the United States? Colorado is the 8th largest state. So, Colorado's a pretty big state. You have, interesting terrain. You also have you get some snow, you get some mountains. So it makes sense why Red Rock would be placed in there as well. So it's kind of like bordering the Midwest. As you can see on the map, Nebraska is touching Colorado. So, you might as well add it to the Midwest, if you wanted to as well. Let's make Colorado an honorary Midwest state. Alright, now speaking of Christian audio dramas usually have this trope, and, it's also in these, like, this is especially prevalent in Kids Corner. Kids Corner has, like, only 200 and something episodes, and it's, like, 5 or 6 Christmas episodes or plays, which, why do you have 5 or 6 Christmas episodes, or plays, I don't know, oops, 5 or 6 Christmas episodes or plays, right? That doesn't really make sense. Anyway, it's just always this trope of, like, have this one character who wants to make Christmas the best Christmas it's ever been before. Or let's make this play that's ever been before. But then they always either encounter, like, Pride, like Liz, that's what he struggles with for the entire season. Like 20 seasons of kids going, this kid still struggles with pride. Why? I don't know. Like he literally is a Christian radio broadcaster that broadcasts canonically to hundreds of people. So imagine this podcast with like, 10 times bigger, right? He's a Christian radio broadcaster, but apparently he still struggles with pride. And like one time he actually breaks into some school and steals a statue. Like, okay, sure, let's go with that. Anyway, why? I don't know. But no questions asked here. Anyway, wait, how many per day? I'm getting some questions. Oh, whatever. I answer that question later. I'm going to go over into Twitch. Anyway, so Liz likes to put on these big Christmas productions and plays as well, but he's not limited. This is also another trope in other Christian audio dramas as well. But something goes wrong. Maybe his pride messes up, or the crowd leaves. There's also this like movie called The Best Christmas Production Ever, where you have like these scraggly kids running around putting on a Christmas production or whatever. And I'm like, why is it always this? Like, they always try to do this big Christmas production, but then they always learn the lesson at the end that, you don't need to have a big Christmas production. Like, why? I'm not sure. But, yeah, I'm not live streaming to YouTube, unfortunately, so we're gonna have to download this from Twitch. Hopefully you can do that, because I wouldn't want my YouTube subscribers to miss out on the podcast. Alright. I wish I could fix this live on stream. Anyway, these people, they're like, what are you doing? Please tell me, what are you doing? Like, why can't you have a big Christmas production? It's always at the end, some random kid with a guitar comes in and is like, plays Silent Night, and like, wow, that's amazing, that's remarkable. But on the flip side, why are your Christmas productions, we're going to make Christmas the best Christmas ever. We're going to teach all these kids about Christmas. And I guess they didn't know the true story. Well, you've been on for 20 seasons. How do you not know the true story of Christmas already? I mean, you can only tell the same story like 4 or 5 times before it does that. It's the same thing in Adventure Odyssey. Olivia Parker comes in to like witch and she's like, I know all the stories. So Mr. Whitaker puts her into Imagination Station Adventure, and she's like, wow, I didn't know there was a talking donkey in the Bible. The Bible is so interesting. You don't know all the Bible stories then. You like that's one of the most common Bible stories known to man. That's not like he puts it on some Bible, adventure talking about some random, judge of Israel who's in this book. Like, who are Jesus for 3 friends? No, that's also a common Bible fact. Yeah, okay. I gotta find some of the uncommon Bible facts in this book. There's a few of them in there, but like everyone knows the story of Balaam and the talking donkey. Okay, like why didn't know Jonah pray? Okay, this is getting out of hand. This is ridiculous. Okay, if you don't know about the story, you can't be coming into which him like the Bible's boring. I don't know my Bible stories. Come back later when you actually know your Bible stories. It's ridiculous. All right, now let's get into the meat and bones and potatoes or whatever the saying is of our podcast. We're going to be doing ranking. I'm going to be ranking, not ranking Rizzler, but just ranking both days. It's good to have your month, your birthday month, and so let me pull up the display. Let's see. No, I want number 7. Do we have it? I want my PowerPoint. There we go. We're gonna be ranking the months is best to have a birthday in based on, let's say, like a new kid coming in to a school. Yeah, a new kid coming into to a school, whatever, like one of those sitcoms. So anyway, this is. Oh, I gotta move this way. Yeah. Anyway, we're gonna be ranking the best months to have a birthday in. We're gonna start with September because that's when the school year starts. So let me present this for you guys. You can see this, right? I can't see. Okay, whatever. So this is our tier ranking list, but first we have to have. I made a presentation of all the months of the year, and we're going to go in depth, in detail, into why each month is S tier, A tier, or whatever the tiers are. So this is my first ever tier ranking app. So be nice. Oh no, nope! I opened up the wrong thing again. Go away. We gotta open up presentation number 2. Yeah, there we go. It saved my OneDrive. What? No! Open up the regular presentation. Okay, we got presentation 2 up on the screen. I'm just gonna close this. Alright, so I gotta change the presentation input because unfortunately it's not showing the presentation that it's supposed to be showing. It's supposed to show. Oh man, I gotta make a new input. This computer's gonna lag. Come on. Come on! My goodness, I don't have all day for this. I don't know why it's not even live streaming to YouTube anyway. Alright, come on, we got PowerPoint. Here we go. So I'm going to be showing this on the screen. This is our tier ranking presentation. If it ever if we can get it to load, that would be nice. Oh, here it is. Settings. Number 15, desktop capture. So this is our tier ranking presentation. Hope you guys can see this on the screen. So we're going to start off with the great month of September. Let me see if I can present this. How do you present something? Well, I want to present. Let's go. Let's get to work. Yeah, whatever. All right, there you go. All right, September, the great month. September. We're gonna be tier ranking all of these. I'm just gonna keep this full screen so that you guys can see this. So September. Remember, we're tier ranking these based on if we are a new kid coming into a school. Like in those teen movies. I was thinking of doing a parody of that as a YouTube short. So tell me in the comments if you guys would like to see that. Anyway, this is the month of September. September is a decent month. I have a birthday. And we're gonna be also making these based on the holidays or within said month. Do they take away from your birthday? Do they add to your birthday? Do you not do anything to your birthday as well? So September, there's not many holidays in the month of September, at least here in the United States of America. It's a nice long month, 31 days. Unfortunately, you're gonna be losing a few points because September, you're not really gonna know anyone. No one's really gonna come to your birthday party. Also, there is one holiday in the month of September. That would be Hispanic Heritage Month. However, Hispanic Heritage Month has literally co-opted 2 months, and they tried to make it 1 month because of some countries, the Latin American countries, became free. Okay, and like you see Canada over there celebrating 4th of July. You see Brazil over there celebrating 4th of July. Why? I mean, the concept of months is kind of weird, but if you're gonna have 1 month, let's just move you all over into September or move you all over into October and replace you with some month of some group that doesn't have a month. Okay, who doesn't have Indian History Month, White History Month? Is that a thing? I'm not sure. Just replace it. Also, at least the food is good, so plus 1 for that. For that, but it's not really any holidays that will take away from your birthday. Not really holidays that are going to add to your birthday, and not really things that are going to do good for your birthday. So let's add it on to the tier ranking. Uh, let's go ahead and add the tier ranker. Hope you guys can see this on the screen. This is our tier ranker. This is not gonna be a camera just to make this easy for the rest of us. So this is our tier rank. I'm gonna go over. Let's see what are we gonna do with the month of September. Okay, I gotta find my September image. So September. Oh, also one more thing I forgot to talk about. September also is the month, depending on what series they're in, the month of election. So for SSA Declassified, that's when the election is held for Addison versus Easton versus Vera as well. So, if you're running for president, hey, maybe an electoral victory, an electoral win would be what you need for your birthday. But not that remarkable of a month. Like September, no one really celebrates anything in September except for Hispanic Heritage Month, which fine, whatever. But all right, let me transition this. So, what do you guys think? Where should we put it? S, A, B. Let's put it as a B. Like, it's not bad. It's not a bad month. Like, if you were born in the month of September, it's not terrible. But it's not like A class. There's some months on here that are gonna be like top tier birthday months. At least fair. So let's go. Yeah, it's like a B tier month. Like not bad, not trash like F tier, but not the best. Let's give it B tier for hopefully you have a nice electoral victory. In the month of September, and also make sure you guys go check out SSA Declassified. All right, the month of October, it's fall season, guys. What do you have in October? Well, you have Halloween. So unless you're Baptist or Christian or whatever. But who cares about Halloween? But you do get free candy and things like that. Also, and in these teen movies, it's always you have to go over to the most popular girl's house and go and I guess have a Halloween party. It's big. You might be able to know some people. Maybe your administration is doing well if you won your election. Also, it's also still Hispanic Heritage Month. So yeah, congratulations for co-opting 2 months ago. Like I said, this is celebrating other random countries' Independence Day. That got independent after 1776. Okay. You see India, oh guys, for Indian Heritage Month, 1947. No. Okay, look, we have to fight for our independence, with a musket, and we were writing on inkwells. Y'all had, telegrams on typewriters. Totally not the same. Anyway, it doesn't add anything. It doesn't subtract anything. But I guess, some pumpkin enchiladas, you got your pumpkin spice latte with Mexican Coca-Cola, that might be good, for a birthday. Of course, you're gonna be more integrated within the school, so that's great, I guess. You're probably gonna be making a few more friends, than usual. Also, nothing really happens, in October, other than All Hallows Eve, which no one cares about. Wow, guys, you get to dress up in a costume, a costume birthday party, that might be fun, So let's give this. What do you think, B or A? I might give this another B, a bit higher than September because you're a bit more integrated, in with your class, but not as high as some of the other months on this list. So let's go over to October. Let me get my October file here. Come on. January, February. Where's my October? September, February, January. Why didn't these copy? There we go. Month of October. I'm gonna be gracious to the October birthdays. You have a holiday. It might be complimentary, depending on how it works out. Nothing really major. A tier month. The month of October. Alright, now let's get to the next month. Mexican inspired pumpkin spice lattes notwithstanding. We got the month of November. And I think this might be one of the greatest months to have a birthday. Alright, so think about it. First of all, November 9th, 2022. You got your SSA LTWD election book thing going on as well there. So if you have an election going on and you win it in November, like we did over in Energizing, like we did over in the book, then that's great. Also, you have your Thanksgiving. Come on, turkeys, move. There we go. Let's get those turkeys moving. And this is why November is probably one of the greatest months to have a birthday. Because Thanksgiving is one of the only holidays, I don't like actual like not Arbor Day. No one cares about Arbor Day or Earth Day, any of those ridiculous holidays. We don't really have gift giving, but you do have family coming around. So if you have a birthday in November, anytime in November, you know, then if you might even get gifts on Thanksgiving when no one else is getting gifts. Amazing up there. Also, you're fully integrated into the school. Like I said, you might be getting inaugurated. You might be getting your election. Now there is one problem, but Thanksgiving, you have a week-long Thanksgiving break, so you might be able to miss having kids come over to your birthday party because they might be traveling. But it's not as big a traveling holiday like Christmas would be. And it's only 1 week break. You have like all the first 3 weeks of November. So just like don't be born on November 27th or something. Be born November 16th. Okay, there we go. So November probably one of the best birthday months. You got a great holiday. You have that has family coming over. You have good gifts, and you're close enough to Christmas, but not so close that you're gonna get double gifts, or like one gift as well. So you might be able to get double gifts. And if you get money in November, you can have all that money there to save up and buy other people Christmas presents. So I'm gonna say S tier birthday month. S tier birthday month. Like it's truly great. One of the great birthday months of the year. Like it's close enough to Christmas. You got your events. It's not really many major heritage months that are going on that are actually celebrated anywhere. You got Veterans Day, which is great, but that's only a day, unfortunately, not a whole month. You got Thanksgiving. Again, a great holiday. You're celebrating America. Kind of ish. So, I'm going to say S tier for, celebrating the country, eating good food, maybe even winning an election, getting inaugurated. I mean, great month to be born in. All right, let's get to the next month, December, which unfortunately we are falling off here. December? No. Like, are people writing plays like in Kids Corner about you? No. Are all the songs around here about you? No. Like, and like, the terrible events happen in your month? Yes. This, like, when I say December 7th, what do you think? Do you think about the founding of Connecticut? Which is when Connecticut became a state? No. No one thinks about the founding of Connecticut. You know what they think about? Pearl Harbor. So, terrible month here, first of all. A, unless you're Jesus, not your month. And you're not him. Second of all, terrible events happening here. Third of all, you got like half the month off. The kids, they're gonna be gone. They're not gonna come to your birthday party. Like you better be born on like December 6th or something like that. Cause no, and also double pheasants. Probably gonna happen. So not good. Especially if you're really close, like Christmas Eve or something. December 23rd. Like no one's really gonna care. No one's really gonna care. So we got first. I think this is an F tier. F tier. No redeemable qualities about this. So sorry. What a fall off. We went from S to F tier so fast. Like just no. Not good. Okay? It's only good for one person and you are not him. Alright. Let's go over to December. Sorry, this is F tier birthday month. F tier birthday month for you. And you're being greedy or capitalistic or whatever. Look, this is a podcast. We're just having some fun here. No hate for those of you who were born in December. Just next time be born in the better months. Alright, now let's go over to January. January, which is a decent month. Okay, it's decent. Nothing bad's happening. We got New Year, but we're not Chinese, so we're not really gonna be celebrating that. It's also Chinese New Year kind of. It's not really in January. It's cold outside. You got some of your friends that are going to be coming back. If you're born like January 1st, maybe you're not going to see them, but, after the first week, you have your friends come back. They're going to be excited. You might be able to get some gifts. It's going to be like the November to December thing. Now, as long as you're not too close to it, like, don't be born January 2nd, because you might get your birthday looped in with Christmas. But if you're born like January 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, you have good stuff going for you, right? So, but it's nothing really important. No holiday that's gonna accentuate your birthday. So, I think this might go in. It's like January is the October of the new year, right? If you think about it, right? You don't have any heritage months or whatever coming in January. I don't know of any heritage months that are in the month of January. So, no heritage months. So, you don't lose points for that. I mean, some of those heritage months are just ridiculous. But like, and they shouldn't exist. But whatever. Then you have January. It's a decent month. But you're not really celebrating anything. Ooh, New Year, whatever. But I mean, like, what really happened in January? A tier, we're gonna say. What do you think? A tier or B tier? I said it's like October. You know more of your friends. Also, if you're in the Tapper Twins, you also ran in for election again. I don't know why. High school or middle school has the Tapper Twins book has 2 elections in the same year. Like, what's the president supposed to do between September and January? You can be on break half the time. Like, you December, you might as well don't do anything. November, you're gonna be on Christmas break. So essentially, you're president for September and October, and that's it. You better do well enough to win re-election. So, R.I.P. Tapper Twins for trying to win an election. Imagine trying to win 2 terms in the same year. Like, you would get literally nothing done. Worse than the House of Representatives. Anyway, February, great month. Great month. Okay, stopping point. There's no real major holidays happening in the month of February, right? There's no breaks. February is like you go all the way through, which means all the way through, people come in for you. They're not holiday fatigued anymore. It's still nice and cold. We do have one holiday, which and this doesn't apply to like February 29th people. R.I.P. You have a terrible birthday. You have Black History Month, which like. It's even worse than Hispanic Heritage Month. Like, first of all, what are you gonna eat? Like, Hispanic Heritage Month, you got your nice, enchiladas. In fact, let's just move it to February. Like, you got a month, you don't need 2. Let's just move it. Switch Black History Month to October, whatever. It's like England or whatever. They're over there. Let's have some nice enchiladas and tacos in the month of February. Anyway, S tier birthday month. Unless, you go into some Black History Month presentation too. Like, yeah, R.I.P. Rest in peace for you as well. But as long as you're not doing that, S tier birthday month. S tier birthday month. Right up there with November. You got your Heritage Month, which, usually we take some points off for that, but, February is just such a great month. You have your Christmas spending money, you have all your friends coming here, you should know them all. We doing well in your first or second term if you're a Tapper Twin. So, I guess we can, and it is also in the nice and cold. It's not like in the summer. Summer's not going to do well. Okay, and I'm not talking about summer from SSALTW. Anyway, this is S tier birthday month. This might be one of our only S tier birthday. This might be one of our only S tier birthday months. All right, the month of February. We might have to put November a little bit higher than February, only because of no ridiculous, months or anything in it. So anyway, whatever. March Madness, we got month of March for basketball season. That's legit. Like spring barely. March is. I'm recording this in March right now, 3:15. It's not even spring yet, so it's technically winter. March is more of a winter month, and December is a winter month. But whatever. March, decent month. You got March 1st, birthday of Samsung, should be a national holiday. For all the contributions Samsung has done. But like. One problem, spring break, right in the middle. And that might be great for you, but if your friends are going out of town, you might not be really getting anything. A tier birthday month. You got Women's History Month, but like, that's even less celebrated than Black History Month. I've never really seen a Women's History Month thing happen, so they're not going to lose points for that as well. So A tier birthday month, up there with January and October. As I always say, March is the October of the spring. Or something like that. Also, you got March Madness. You got some sporting events to go to. So, it's not totally as boring as January. In fact, I might move January down. Like, January is just kind of boring. Yeah, March is better than January. Sorry, January. Yeah, B tier now. So, people watching, yeah, January is B tier now. Like, yeah, it's a decent month. Not as good as March. Not as good as November. Not as good as October. Alright, nothing's in the C tier. Yeah, and I think we might be having our first one come in, because we have to have parity. Anyway, this is the month of April, which, again, spring break, depending on where you live. What is this celebrating in April? Of course, we got Easter. That's great. But it switches, it depends, it moves around. So, it's either March, either in April. You got Arbor Day, you got Tree Day, Earth Day. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares. That's why we have the Windows XP background here. Like this is the mid month. Like and it's also like the last relevant month of the school year. Like no one cares in May. It's you kind of have like kind of pre-final stuff. You have no holidays. It's just kind of like floating there. It's in between Christmas and like Flag Day. Like no one cares about April, but it's not a bad month. It's not like the month of December for your birthday. Like it's over for you in December. It's not over for you, like unless you live in a tree hugger family, which then R.I.P. So we're gonna do C2. Now May, whew, May might be another one of our F2s. Sorry, May. Then again, you got Cinco de Mayo, which like how many days do you people want? Like you co-opted May. You co-opted. It's not like for Hispanic Heritage Month the decoration is gonna go up like September 15th. Now this is gonna be staying up there, and they're gonna be staying up there from like September 15th to October 31st. So you got a month and a half. That's more than enough. That's more than enough. As much as I like enchiladas, that's more than enough. Like I mean, Black History Month is in like 28 days. More than enough days for them as well. Fine. I mean, or 29, depending on the year. It's fine. Whatever. Anyway, May. Like what? Spring? That's it. And you also have finals. And you also have people leaving the school. No. Okay. I'm not gonna say there's no D2. Yep, May is an F2. Sorry, May. It's nothing. You got finals. You have people leaving the school. In spring, nothing to look forward to. Spring. Snow melting is always so depressing in those. What is this? Oh, snow melting is always so depressing in those stories, Oh, the snow melted. You guys act like that's inspiring? No, that's depressing. Alright, yeah, spring sucks. Yeah, F2. Down there with December. Dang, May is as bad as December for your birthday. Alright, now, summer birthday months are the worst in this scenario because, you all your friends have left you. So I think we might be saying, is it really F2 though? Like, is it terrible? Like, you don't have a holiday that's overshadowing you. So, yeah, let's make this C2. You better be glad that I didn't put a D2 on here. That's what it be. So, May is a bit overrated in here. But let's go to the next month, which June is terrible. July, August, all these months, terrible. So, all these are probably going to be F2. It's just going to be like, which one's not the worst F2? So, we got June. All your friends are gone. You're not in school anymore. And it's like, not really anything to do because it's still technically spring. And that's just the first week. Like, first week of June, you have after finals, you have all your friends having a party, like last party, Friday day or something, a beach party, a goodbye beach party. That's great. The rest of that, terrible. So let's keep going through this. You got July, got 4th of July, great holiday. You celebrate America, and that's it. Of course, you got your back to school commercials, which, why are you showing back to school commercials in the month of July? Also, again, what are you going to do? And you got August. You have already back to school commercials in, like, just already messing up your birthday month. Just now. So let's speed run through this. Whee! Alright. Let me close this. I don't need that anymore. So it's gonna be like, which F2 is the best F2? I July, get to celebrate America, so that's good. June might be the worst. June and December. Yeah, so let's go get them. It's got July. Control C. We got August, and we can June. Where's June? See, June is so bad, it doesn't even want to be seen with the rest of the months. It's just way over there all by itself. Alright. So, yeah, sorry, June. Unless you're the first week of June, which you probably aren't. Statistically, you can't be F2. July, you get to celebrate America. I'm going to give a point for that, Great holiday. It's better than Flag Day. Not Flag Day. Arbor Day. Flag Day is great. So, there you go. July. Yeah, actually, you got barbecues and stuff. Hey, let's give it up for July. B2, right there. And August, once again, F2. So, end day with June. So, this is our final ranking list, guys. So, we got November and February, S tier birthday months. November just a little higher because you don't have any of this like ridiculous month. So there you go. Also, you got Thanksgiving. Great. Then for A tier, what month is it? October. It's a decent month. Yeah, nothing special, but nothing bad. Then you got March. I'm gonna say March a little bit higher than October because yeah, October has a decent holiday. March has a sporting event. Sporting event's more fun. All right, then you got September. Okay, unless you won an election. Congratulations. What is this? August? Get away from it. So, September it's only BT. Oh, in July. September and July. Alright. April, like Arbor Day, no one cares. Oh no. Oh no. Did we lose us? Did we lose us? There you go. Like Arbor Day, no one cares. Earth Day, no one cares. Are we still live? Alright. Hopefully we didn't go down. There you go. Yes, we're still live streaming. And then December and June, absolute the worst. So that is our official birthday months of the year ranking. And I was just thinking about that. So those are the best birthday months that you or one person can have. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. But we still have so much more to get to in this podcast episode. Don't fear. We still have so much more to get to in this podcast episode. We still haven't talked about our headlines for today, which is this game, which is absolutely silly. So if you guys want to try to pull this up on the screen as easily and painlessly as possible, this is the website techboy.org. You can even see our new black logo and orange logo on here. So we're trying to do both black and orange. I like the black one, but the orange one, some people said they liked it. They liked the color in it. They said it was their favorite color. And we always try to live for the fans. Not really, but we actually do. But we always try to serve the fans. The fans are our top priority. Of course, it's like 3 of them. But for the 3 fans that are out there, we try to serve you. We exist to help your every whim. And hopefully our fan service gets us better software that's not going to lag on us and just forget to live stream to YouTube, which is the only place that people watch. Like I saw these people trying to live stream to Rumble. Like no one watches Rumble. Okay, so go home with your little podcast. Go onto a real podcast place like YouTube. Oh, YouTube's trying to censor me or whatever. Shut up. Okay, just use YouTube like a normal person. And if you want to have your uncensored version, you can have your Rumble podcast. But Rumble is terrible and it looks bad. Okay, support so go support an American company, YouTube. Anyway, this is TheTechBoy.org. We're gonna have to just do it like so. Yep, that's how we're gonna have to do it. Anyway, so as you can see on the screen, this is our offline games review. We reviewed this offline games thing. So as you guys know from our podcast episode, we talked about this offline games thing. It's like number 12 app in the Play Store. Number 12, which just goes to show you the state of mobile gaming and it's just app development in this country, in this Play Store. Okay, this application. And like I was saying with Affinity Photo, trying to select that top and try to make like part of it, transparent and another part of it not good. Not good. Just I could probably have done 90% of that faster on my phone. I do like that it does have vector images installed with its partners at Pexels and some other image hosting website, so it's easier than having to go to the website, copy them, import them in. So also, I know Pexels is free, but being able to search for vector images right there in the software is great. I would wish that it had, offline clip art support like we had in 2007, but whatever. This is one of the top apps in the Play Store. Like, I'm getting back on track here. It has 100+ games. Yes, 100+ games that look like they're made in Microsoft Paint. In fact, one of the games is literally painting a house. And there's a cut the rope game. It's pretty interesting. There's a maze game. It's also pretty interesting. But I mean, the chess game is so low quality and low resolution. Here's the example of the. I'm gonna, let's Here's an example of the game right here. Here's a paint the house game. This is one of the 100 games they allowed to put in here. Remember, this game is 0.4 gigabytes, so it's not that small of a download. Here's the game. Yes, this is actual gameplay of me painting a house, and they consider this to be a game. What in the trash is this? I'm sorry. What was that? That game is garbage. I mean, I'm sorry to the game developers. Like, who sat there and thought, hey guys, what if we paint a house? That'd be a great game, you know. So, in conclusion, I gave this game, and nice work by the graphics design software as well here. 2.5 stars. That's the game icon there. The number 12 game of all time on the Google Play Store. Just sad. The number 12 game of all time on the Google Play Store was literally made in Microsoft Paint. Like, I could have made that game, not the animations, but like, the graphics in Microsoft Paint if I wanted to. Hire some people. Do this. Like, Fiverr exists. Oh my gosh, I can't get my password incorrectly. I want to see if I can pull up the stats. Unfortunately, the Play web app doesn't show what the stats are. For the top downloaded applications. We've done this multiple times. You all know what's coming here. Here are the top games. We go to top charge. The number one game in here is literally I Am Cat. Anyway, the game that we downloaded here, it's not the top 12 anymore, it's top 27, top 30. In between Match Villains and Build a Queen, which is just another platformer shooter game where you run through stuff and you have to shoot it. It's really sad. Like, we have so much processing power in here. In the top game here is I Am Cat, and another top game is this offline game, which still is ad-riddled and it's full of a whole bunch of ads, so I had to actually disconnect it from the internet to get it to work. Here is their version of chess. It looks fairly decent. Let's go to single player. What are these graphics? Like, it is so small, too. Like, these pieces, I can cover a rook, a knight, and, like, some of the pawns. I can cover 4 squares with just my thumb. No love went into the design of this. We have another game. I'm just gonna pull up a random game. This is too good not to pass up. A game called Find the Number. So I'm gonna mute this because the volume's annoying. There we go. Easy difficulty. It's asking me to find the number 1. This is a game, people. So I gotta find the number 1, and obviously I can see it right here on the screen. And also, one other thing, scaling. Scaling is such a big problem with this game. Let me see if I can pull it back up on the article. But scaling, I don't know how you make a game for a mobile device that scales so badly. Did I have the graphic up? No. Anyway, let's see if I can find. Well, the graphic's not up there, but there's one game in here, and it's gonna be my game history. Which game was it? Oh yeah, Charge It. So this game opens in landscape mode, but presents as... Like, why? Oh, you can't see this. But why does this game present in landscape mode, but run in landscape? And you will not believe what this game actually does. You push a button. I'm on level 4 of this game. I'm really good at it. You see these phones here? You see these phones? You got 3 phones, 3 chargers. What you have to do is you have to plug in your charger very laggily into the holes. And then the phones will charge. And you have to race against time. Then this is considered a game. And I kid you not, it is very, very laggy. In fact, I might even, pull it up myself, make a YouTube video out of it, where I try to play the game. We can do a game through, a playthrough. Yes, we can do a YouTube live playthrough right after this, where I play through this entire game. And I kid you not, this game is terrible. It is terrible. It's laggy. For some reason, it loads in landscape, opens up in portrait, and it's just It is badly designed. The graphics are terrible as well. So, I really wouldn't recommend this application. Like, there are a few good games, but like 90 of them are trash. So, just just garbage quality game. All right, what else do we have to talk about today? Oh yeah, ChatGPT voice. I keep forgetting to do this, but ChatGPT apparently has a voice mode. This is actually interesting for this phone. I got a phone. Well, I'm not gonna tell you which one it is. That I'm about to test. So you heard it here first, guys. Breaking news. I got a phone. I'm gonna test. Anyway, ChatGPT has a voice number that actually works online. So this is great for all the phone. People who don't have internet, you can ask ChatGPT a question. It also works over WhatsApp. So, if you had iOS, there we go. Let's call ChatGPT 1-800-ChatGPT. So I'm going to call it here. I'm going to show you on a cell phone, and then I'm going to show it on the screen with my Google Voice number. So, let's call ChatGPT. I'm going to turn up this volume here. In fact, I might actually make this one of my emergency contacts so that if I need to ever look up anything, I can just call ChatGPT. So let me put him on speaker for you. All right, we're calling. Hello? Hello? Hey, what is 3 plus 3? Listen up. It's not calling. All right, let me call this number again. All right. All right, here we go. There we go. There we go.
So our conversation may be reviewed for safety. You agree to OpenAI's terms and policy. So, how can I help you today?
All right. How big is the United States?
Touch that. What can I help you with today?
How big?
The universe is mind-bogglingly vast. So
How big is the United States of America in terms of land?
The observable universe is about 3 billion. The universe is
Okay. I'm gonna use text call on here on my Samsung phone. So once I'm gonna basically type the questions in there. So let's see. How big is the USA?
Square miles, or roughly 9.8 million square kilometers. Sorry, I missed that. What was that? The United States is about 8.8 square miles.
And the United States is 3.8 million square miles. So thank you to ChatGPT for that nice conversation we had with it as well. And that all works offline. Great. We finally got it, people. Back to the 90s. Like I said, with Encarta Kids and Encarta, one of the great pieces of software known to man. I mean, it actually has some really interesting maps and GUI in there. Of course, it's a bit outdated. George Bush is still president from 2001 to 2025. Longest presidency ever, breaking FDR's record, even though it was written in 2009. I guess all the articles are written in 2008, before the election. And our last thing, let's see. Oh, sorry. I almost forgot another thing. Down Gideon Lane, our favorite Midwestern audio drama. Second to, of course, the greatest audio drama, Adventures in Odyssey. Sorry, Michael, the favor. But we have Down Gideon Lane, based in Polar Lane, which is somewhere in the opaque purple circle. Was running this episode, part 2. It was the most evangelical episode of all time. Like, if you wanted to basically have evangelicalism in 30 minutes of time, here it is. All right, guys, get this. So you got, the Martian woman driving through the great Midwest on a road trip, listening to some tape of this thing. It's an actual thing. So, congratulations to Family Life Today for getting a free advertisement from Down Gideon Lane during Passport to Purity. And Haley is like, at the crossroads of my life. Yeah, said no kid ever has literally said, I'm at the crossroads of my life. Haley said something like, I've been thinking about purity, and purity is great, blah, blah, blah. But, it's more than just that. It's about, you shouldn't try to strive for purity. You should try to strive for holiness. Okay, Haley, you're 12. Just, no. Okay? Now get it late. Let's make the dialogue a bit more, reasonable. Okay, this is not have Haley sounding like a theologian. 2 seconds after she's whining about her makeup or whatever. Okay, so no. Congratulations to Passport to Purity and Donkey Lane for making the most evangelical episode of all time. Like our last topic here, anthroponic CEO, who's the CEO of Claude AI, which is it's the most annoying AI known to man. Okay, Claude AI is like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do that for you because F Wix, and it's so hard. No, just shut up. Okay, just do what I pay you money. Do your job, okay? Anyway, he proposed, this is the most anthroponic thing ever, a AI quit button. Because, AI is kind of sentient or whatever, and it needs help or something. To do stuff or something. This is absolutely ridiculous. This from Ars Technica. I think I found this from Perplexity. You're gonna get left behind. If you don't actually do your dang job. AI is actually supposed to do something. It's actually supposed to be helpful. It's not supposed to sit here and be quote unquote ethical, because those ethics suck anyway. Here's Ars Technica. Anthroponic CEO floats the idea of giving AI a quit job button, sparking skepticism. Yeah, you have one job. Do it. You're not human. Okay? No. Okay? Just do your job. Let's get into this article. He wants to give protections to AI models as if they're humans. Which, again, no. Just do your job. Evolution is a lie, though, Ars Technica. And climate change is a hoax. So, you're like you're 2 out of 4 on your how we respond to science denies video. Okay, it's not denying science to deny evolution. And I'm gonna stand by that point and stick to it. Here's the video if you guys wanted to see it. Anyway, so Ars Technica is a sucky website. Anyway, yes. Look, even if it would tank my election, that's what's happening. Speak of one more thing, my elections. This is a TV show called That Girl Daylight. Anyway, this kid comes in here, pops up the phone, and she's like, "Hey guys, let's run for president." And they just run for president. They have a dance off. Like you don't even have an election. You don't even have a vote. The president, the principal just declares the president. It's ridiculous. The democracy just died in that show. So so unfortunate. And on that note, let's leave this so I can upload this to YouTube. I hate having to upload stuff to YouTube because it's so slow. Anyway, God bless. Tech Talk to you later. Just stop streaming.